Defiance. Set in a semi-post-apocalyptic future, this over-the-shoulder shooter was developed by Trion Worlds and Human Head Studios for PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 in 2013. Recently found by me on Steam, this free-to-play game is one of the best things that happened to me since Team Fortress 2. Usually I'll be talking about the gameplay first, but since it's an MMO, I want to leave the mechanics and playability for the last. So with that out of the way for now, let's talk about the game's presentation first. And let me tell you, this game is beautiful. It has a lot of detail in it, but not on a technical level, like you being able to see all 6,000 hairs on the NPC's armpit. It's more on a design level. There are a lot of little tidbits and subtle details that, even on lowest quality, make the whole thing look amazingly well done. Even in a thing as simple as the buckle, I saw a lot of irregularities that gave a realistic feel as it wasn't a mathematical model. The rolled up sleeves show these missed bumps and crevices when examined closely in the right light and when it's slowly turned to the model. It's not on some amazing premium outfit, it's on the default suit. In the game, there are monsters called hellbugs that are basically wildlife and want to tear you a new one, or 50 new ones, and they look intimidating. The design incorporates a lot of spikes and teeth, massive jaws, black and red armor, and legs that look like can tear a car apart. They really have a very intimidating look that fit its purpose, even if they look generic after years of playing fantasy games or creatures like that, stop being relevant after 30 minutes. Same thing about the landscape or rope. They are a marvel to look at, and while they may not be as dark as gritty as Fallout 3, you feel the world is no longer driven by huge metropolis and bustling roads, and the music helps that feeling a lot. However, I do have to say that the musical score for this game is arguable. There only seem to be one or two tracks for peace and combat each, however I do have to give credit where credit is due. The ambient music is amazing. It really adds to the game's atmosphere and perfectly fits in with the world, no matter if you're in the northern half of the map, where grasslands dominate the landscape, or the southern half, where it looks like a barren wasteland. As far as the battle music goes, it's also very good. The genre may not be for everybody's taste. If you dislike dubstep, I think you may not be a fan of Defiance's battle score. I feel like it borrows a lot from Skrillex, but surprisingly, it fits. And it does so pretty damn well. In combat, there's bullets and or plasma flying over your head, being bounced off the shield, or hitting the wall you're behind. The hard metal shredding instruments and the electronic thing of the battle theme actually accentuates the urgency and tension of the firefights you get yourself into. You have to draw attention to this. This game has some incredible performance. My computer can barely run Team Fortress 2 on medium graphical settings and about 30 FPS, but Defiance on minimal settings not only looks far better, it also runs much smoother even in major battles where particle effects fly left and right. And it's very alt-up friendly, taking only a second or two before it puts it back into the game. It doesn't even stutter, unlike other games I could be thinking of. I don't know how Triumph pulled it off, but my god, they did an amazing job. All this talk about graphics would be pointless if I didn't tackle the gameplay. It's basically what you get if Borderlands 2 and Saints Row 4 had a baby. No, seriously. An open world with futuristic weapons, infinitely respawning enemies, very fun and creative arsenals, special challenges that offer you a taste of the most advanced weaponry in the game, while you absolutely murder every opponent in the path, and even if you do die, it does nothing but affect your high score. If you enjoy walking around enormous maps and exploration, this game is definitely something you should check out. And if you think walking everywhere is too mundane, you can always spawn a car, free of charge and anywhere you want, and get your rear on the bike to get anywhere pretty fast. Exploration is very rewarding too, as you can teleport to any base and location on the map, meaning that if you're looking for a particular shop you discovered before, it's only 10 seconds to get there. The aspect of this game is done splendidly too. The only complaint I have is that hitboxes are a little off, but it's nothing unbearable as often the enemy has armor on their heads, so it takes a while to sink in that this headshot won't be a crit. The other case is in some select doorways when you can see through the frame, but because it's all bent, it hits the wall anyway. Again, just some minor details. Generally, combat feels very smooth and level progression. There are no levels. The only thing that would work as such is your ego rating, and it doesn't have much effect outside of unlocking guns that aren't much different. I played this game for 26 hours, and when I was writing this at the start of August 2014, and the main difference between the weapons I had at the beginning and now is 1000 damage on sniper rifle headshot. With 4000 damage on my first rifle, I don't think that 25% is all that much, especially since I do reduce damage to shields, meaning I'm more balanced against more advanced foes. Guns you find are random too, just like in Borderlands! They have varying levels of rarity too, just like in Borderlands, and you can also get shields like in Borderlands and pretty much any futuristic shooter ever made. There are 4 abilities that you can choose from at the beginning of the game, and even after you've selected the one you like the best, you're not tied to just that one select power. Leveling up certain packs, you can get further in their tech trees, which are all located on one huge grid, allowing you to get all 4 with enough time invested. All in all, the mechanics of the game are very solid and derive from the typical stat to win formula, even though knowing what your numbers are helps you a lot. Oh yeah, almost forgot, Defiance has a plot. You start off as a mercenary working for a rich and influential person who has an ancient artifact capable of changing the entire planet. Something goes to shit, and you crash in the middle of nowhere. One of the main characters is a girl with blue tattoos that knows quite a bit about what's going on. Right after you crash, you get an AI that you don't really know much about, but she's very helpful. From there on, the plot is spoilers, so that's enough about that. And even though it may look like a ripoff of Borderlands 2, it's fine with me. They take something new with everything I talked about, and they're very creative about everything they do with the setting and the universe they've created. Even better, it looks like they're slowly but surely expanding even further. Who knows, by the end of 2015 I'd like to see a new region. There are 2 last things I have to poke out before I feel like I've covered everything, and they aren't as large as the other. First is the premium system the game uses. It's not really pay to win, and even though premium currency can get you weapon packages, so can the regular resources and money within the game. This game also has DLC that, while scattered along the map and easy to find, isn't being constantly shoved down your throat. The biggest thing that you can unlock with bits, the premium money, is customization and conveniences, such as extra inventory slots and loadouts that you can change quickly between. The second thing I want to tackle is the customization of your character. While it may not be offering as many modeling options as Bethesda or Volition, they compensate by giving you 5 if not more voices per gender to pick from. You can also make multiple characters that sadly don't transfer between regions. United States and Europe, for example, have separate servers, and creating a character on one doesn't mean you can use it on the other. While you're tied in a plot and your character uses a lot of one-liners to signal how they feel and what they do, in cutscenes you play the Silent Faces character. I've seen you being incorporated into the story and dialogue seamlessly in Saints Row 4, so some people may say there's no excuse. However, given how many your voices character have, it kinda makes sense that you stay quiet because A, timing would have been difficult to fit you in with all the options, and B, would be even harder if you were in a group. But while I can complain, I can wish making the whole groups of players interact with the story would have been amazing. To sum it up, I'd say Defiance is an amazing experience that blends tried and true methods, fresh originality, hard, good business practices, enjoyability, and a wondrous world. If you have a chance, give it a go. It's definitely not gonna be a complete waste of time, and it may even be one of the best gaming experiences in the MMO genre you've ever had. This has been Mick Ognio Christie reviewing Defiance, signing out.
Waking up to ash and dust, I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.